versus
Oh Lord,
number 22, Dindy Pajares.
oh my God!
Oh, girls.
Grabe ka.
Tracy, you take this side. Teka lang.
Oh my God.
Okay, Dindy, Tracy, choose a topic for a question. Okay. Should death penalty be reintroduced here in the Philippines? The question is, should death penalty be reintroduced here in the Philippines? No, so you're a yes. 30 seconds. Time's up. Tracy.
Hindi mo na stop kanina.
Stop ko. I'd like to start.
Wala mag-share ba?
Hello? Hello? Go, Tracy.
I don't believe in death penalty. I believe in every single person's capability to change. And the fact that no matter the circumstance, we should never be allowed to take someone else's life. We should never correct a mistake by another mistake. Again, no matter the circumstance, people should be given the chance to see life, to see the better future ahead. And no matter our past mistakes, there will always be that chance of redemption for us. And I'd also like to think that for all those abusers, for all those who have violated the law, that there is a better way for them to actually repay for all the sins and the mistakes that they have committed. They should be paying for the mistakes by the number of years that they will be serving. And at the same time, I don't think that killing them and implementing death penalty will solve anything. I'd also like to bring into the table the fact that you are also hurting the families of those people. We should only incriminate the ones who have actually sinned and never include their families. Thank you.
I am a firm believer of an eye for an eye is an answer. We should consider that because it's about time to punish. I am a firm believer of an eye for an eye is the answer because for me it's about time to punish those criminals who really take people. Sorry. I think it's about time to punish those criminals who took the life of innocent people. And for me, we have a lot of prisoners already, and it's about time to lessen them.
Like I said earlier, I think that there will always be better ways of punishing the criminals. And I'd like to put myself in the situation of the family members, and even as someone who might be a victim of these criminals, I don't think it will give me peace at all if the criminal will be killed. It will give me even more peace to give them forgiveness. Forgiveness, not because for their sake, but for my sake, for my peace. And at the end of the day, I will always be true to my core, true to my belief that a life will always be valuable, no matter the mistakes. Thank you.
I understand your point, Tracy, that I think that I really believe that you cannot bring back the life of those people who were killed because of because of the other criminals. So I think it's about time to give them the to take their life this time. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. The girl who moves on to our head-to-head challenge semifinals is candidate number 36, Tracy Maureen Perez. Next is number 26, Joanne Flores, versus number 43, Gabriel Krishna.
This is Joanne.
Ano ba yan? Talagang ano.
Okay, your topic is, should vaccination for COVID-19 be compulsory? Should vaccination for COVID-19 be compulsory? Compulsory, meaning it's mandatory, required.
No, it should not be.
30 seconds. Time's up. Joanne.
Good morning again, everyone. So for the topic again about COVID vaccination, I do think that it shouldn't be mandatory to everyone. That as I mentioned a while ago, we should be given the chance or the choice to have it or not because it is our basic right as a human. And the vaccination can be seen as one of the most feasible way to be able to overcome this pandemic, but definitely it's not the only way to be able to overcome this. Initially, we already have the health and safety protocols that the government and even the World Health Organization recommended to everyone to follow so that we can avoid the spread of this virus. Thus, if we can simply follow these protocols and remain conscious on what we will put in our body, keep our body strong, keep our mind and health strong in every day, I do think that we will be able to overcome this pandemic with or without vaccination.
All right. Thank you so much, Joanne. Hi, everyone. I'm back. I was given the topic if you're yes to vaccination or no to vaccination. I have always believed that one step towards normalcy is being vaccinated, especially during this time of pandemic. During this time of pandemic, there has been a lot of problems that arise, and one of which is the economy, the problem of low economy and the problem of employment. People are losing their jobs, families are losing their loved ones and relatives. And I think that one way to stop that and for us to have a better economy, for us to better have a normal life, once again, is to get vaccinated. Each and every one of us, yes, it's true, have the rights to choose, but I think in order to help and be united, we should all work together and unite as one so that we could reach the herd immunity that we've all been longing for and so that we could all go back to our normal lives. Thank you.
As you mentioned, vaccination is one step, but as I mentioned also earlier, it's not the only step. Again, vaccination should be a choice. because life is all about choices, and we have to make our own choices. We cannot live a life full of regrets because someone imposed to us on what we should be our choice.
It is true, Joanne, that it's a choice. But however, as I said a while ago, times have changed, and over 100 years ago, we also had this kind of sickness, and now that we're experiencing it now, we should act on it now and better our future by abiding the rules and the guidelines that is given to us by our government. We are given scientists that would definitely be able to showcase or do different kinds of vaccinations or vaccines, and we should be able to avail that. And in availing that, we are one step towards the normal life that we have all been longing for. And I just do believe that each and every one of us should be really get vaccinated and just try to move forward with this pandemic, because it has stopped a lot of lives and it has stopped a lot of the things that we've been doing before, and we just wanted things to be normal now. So that I really think that vaccination is the key.
Thank you. Now, for the decision of the Board of Judges, we have JZ. Okay. Okay. Another close fight. The winner and shall be proceeding to the next round or the semifinals of the head-to-head challenge of Miss World Philippines 2021 is number 43, Gail Krishnan. Next is number 20, Kyle Dorado versus,
Wow.
this is a good match, number 3, Joy Barcoma. Thank you, Ken. Kyle. Revolted back. Choose your question or your topic. Okay, your question is, do you think that beauty pageants set standards to today's society? I repeat, do you think that beauty pageants set standards to today's society?
I would choose yes.
Yes, and so you're no. 30 seconds. Time's up. Kyle.
I have chosen that beauty pageants set standards to today's society, not by the fact that we all are beautiful, we all are beauty queens, but it's because we set standards in the way that we fight for our advocacy. We all know that we're not just here as candidates, as being one of the beautiful ladies here in our country, but because we are fighting for our advocacy that matches with the organization which is Beauty with a Purpose. And I think that it's about time for people to not give this pageant or any beauty pageants for shallow, or not take it for shallow reasons, that we're not just, or do not take us for a level of face value, because at the end of the day, we're setting standards by the way we speak. We are spokesperson for the advocacies and things that we're fighting for. And I think that we're setting standards by actually standing here and standing and fighting for what we are fighting for and our passion in life.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Our advocacies represents breaking standards. Our advocacies, the things that we fight for, break norms. that is why we're here. Standards are made because we are afraid of changes. Standards are made to make people stagnant. But I believe that we are here and beauty pageants are here to break standards. We are here to move forward, to create changes, and to bring about the differences that we would like to see in the society, and to bring about positive changes in the world. And I believe we can do that by starting from breaking standards. Standards are set to limit people, and we are here because we believe that we have no limitations. And I do believe as women and other genders that are joining beauty pageants are also there to break norms. To truly fight for what you believe in, you have to find something new. You have to create new ideas and to bring about change to the world. And to be able to do that, you have to do an action. And for you to be able to do an action, you must break a standard.
Thank you so much, Ate Choi, for those points. Well, when I say standards, they're not norms, they're guidelines. Standards are the things that guide us towards what we really want to, and it has been said. And it doesn't mean that by breaking the norm, we have to break the standards. We're actually setting the standards because we think that it is a guideline for us, that we have to move forward, having that structure, having that fundamental nature of something. And we can't be able to move forward if we won't follow or we won't really learn from the fundamental nature of something, which is standards.
I would like to take into consideration the point that she is setting, that standards are guidelines. But I believe that standards are to be taken into deeper meaning. And that is why beauty pageants are made. We are now here to fight for something. We are now here to be the voice of someone who is struggling, someone who is silenced. And to be able to do that, you have to break standards. You do not have to limit yourselves to what the standards are being set for. You have to be able to break that, to break the walls, to break the barriers, to know your full potential as a person. And I think beauty pageants are now deeper. Beauty pageants are now progressive. We are now more powerful because we have decided to stand for what we know is right. We decided to break limits. We have decided to set ourselves as the beacon of hope for everyone. We have decided to be the start of a rallying point, and that is the start of breaking standards for me.
Okay. Simon. Let's start with Alisa. Okay. The candidate who advances to the semifinals, tama ba? Semifinals. Hindi pala semifinals. Paano yung second? Yung sunod na round. Is candidate number 3, Joy Barton. Next is candidate number 11, Megan Campbell, versus candidate number 14, Gwen Fornion. Megan, your question is, are online learning modules for students an effective way of learning? Are online learning modules for students an effective way of learning?
Yes.
Yes. No. 30 seconds. Time's up.
Yes, I do believe that online learning is effective, and I can say that because I am an online teacher. I have been teaching since I was 16, and I've taught both in classes and also online. So I also understand the differences. And one thing that I've learned during my teaching online, through creating my own modules too, is that you have to cater to your student. You have to understand what your student needs and what they need to improve on. And that is by being an effective teacher, by listening, by understanding different ways and methods to be able to improve your student. And that's also being innovative with the way that you teach online. I understand it is not face-to-face, but we do have video call. We also have different technological advances that are able for you to connect with your students. So I believe in being innovative. I believe in being a good teacher, and that's by listening, and that's by catering your modules to your students. And that's by making sure that you listen to them and what they need, rather than a whole for all students.
So I was left with no, virtual modules are not effective, because as a teacher myself as well of languages, I've been teaching online and also in reality, and I can see the difference that it takes on students, especially on their mental health. The overload of going from classes to your friends, being able to have a break time, to staying at home and not having fresh air and the time to breathe and think about what's next, and being stuck to your computer, I think is not an effective way. Especially right now, I am still tutoring online, and I can see the mental health that it takes. They're not able to express their emotions clearly to me, and they're not able to show the way they feel as they would face to face. And I think that takes a huge mental state on physical and also mentally. So I think we should stick to traditional ways, especially during these times, and we could also work together better, especially as a teacher. I think for the children, it is health that really, really matters and should be prioritized, instead of trying to do it all online when they are struggling.
I completely understand that fact. I actually have a wonderful experience with a student, and she was struggling to apply for a job, and that's because she wasn't comfortable or confident in her own English speaking skills. And so in getting to know each other and learning from each other, we were able to actually help each other mentally, just by being a confidant, somebody that I can say, I had a bad day at work today, and that's because I wasn't able to say something properly, and it made things a little uncomfortable. So talking about it, making them feel comfortable with speaking so that they can stand up to their bosses in front of the public or to apply for a job. It takes being a good teacher, somebody who's also a good listener, who's compassionate, and most important, somebody who's patient. So yes, you may not have your classmates, but your teacher can also be your friend.
So I agree with Megan's points, but I also believe that children need physical activity to be stronger, to face these battles, especially during the pandemic, and to communicate clearly with one another, using their voice and voicing out their opinions. And also growing up, sports was a very important activity in our school. It was crucial to be healthy, to keep fit, and to also have that kind of the kind of sunshine in your mind, to be able to walk out and communicate with your friends, because not everything can be done online, as such as sports, such as trying to do everything, all the modules together. So I believe doing it online can really put back children's communication skills and also physical skills.
Thank you. Simon. Let's start with Alisa. Okay. 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 The person or the candidate who is going to the semifinals is candidate number 11, Megan Campbell. Congratulations, Megan. Next is number 32. Divina Villanueva versus number 8, Emmanuel Vera. Nice outfit, Divina. Please choose a topic for a question. Okay. Who is a better Miss World? A younger or an older candidate? Who is better for Miss World or better Miss World? A younger or an older candidate? 30 seconds. Ay, ano pala?
I would go for older candidates.
So, younger candidate. Seconds. Time's up, Divina.
So I choose for an older candidate. I know that for beauty pageants and a lot of organizations, of course, what they're looking for a candidate is someone who can they work with, who can they easily work with, and of course, who is very down to earth. And I know that with age, when you're older, you become very mature. You know, you had a lot of experiences, and I know that you can carry all the responsibilities that will be given to you with the organization. And I know that when you're given with the responsibility from the organization, I know that you would take care of it. And when you're older, I know that when you will ride a crown, you will ride a crown not just with your head, but also with your heart. Thank you.
Thank you for those good points and very respectable ones at that. However, I would just like to remind everyone that age is but a number. That you have met many people who are young, yet mature and wise beyond their years. And experience is not the best teacher. We have eyes and ears for a reason, more than we have a mouth. And this is to observe, to listen, and to absorb the experiences of other people who have gone before us. And if we are wise, to apply them in our lives. I trust the judges of organizations, the organizers, the people who select the queen to decide who is the most fit for the crown. And I believe that ageism should not be applied here. We should not discriminate against the younger candidates just because they are young, but that we should look at them as people with potential, people with powers, people who can be shaped by an experience as incredible and massive as being a title holder. I believe that we should encourage the youth furthermore to step up, to be empowered, and to reach for their goals regardless of their age or how young they are. That they should not let this inhibit them from expressing their full potential and being all that they are created to be. And that they should be strong and have fortitude of heart and of mind despite being younger than their other co-candidates. Thank you.
Wow.
So thank you for that good points. I also do appreciate the younger ones who are joining the beauty pageants. But of course, I know that for the older candidates, they're here to guide those younger people. And I know that they could really carry the responsibility when it comes to being or getting the title of being the Miss World or any other titles in this organization. And I really know that with age, or what I'm pointing out a while ago, is in that when you're older, you'll be able to possess all the qualities because of your experiences. That's all.
Thank you. I would just like to remind everyone of the points that I have made earlier, that experience is not always the best teacher, and that, for example, I'm the eldest sister, but my younger sister is far more responsible than I am. My youngest brother, our bunso, is the wisest and, in fact, the most intelligent. He is an engineer at the age of 17. My brother, who is the third in line, is actually the wisest of all of us. He has wisdom beyond his years, and he has some sort of this depth that none of us embody. And this all transcends age. Age is a physical number, but your external age is not always in line with your internal age. And I believe, again, I trust the judges of the organization and the organizers to select the most apt candidate and the most capable candidate, again, regardless of age. Thank you.
Thank you. JB. Queenie. Mafe. And Alisa. Okay. The girl or the candidate proceeding to the next round is candidate number 8, Emmanuel Rivera. Going to be winner. Huwag mo na ako ng pang-straight. Bench. Huwag kang pala malayo.
Commercial.
Okay. Dalawa na lang. Number 23 and number 6. Number 23, Shani Manzano. And number 6, Shaila Leborel. Okay, Shannon, you get to choose your question. Your question or topic is, should same-sex marriage be legalized in the Philippines? Should same-sex marriage be legalized in the Philippines? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Again, for the sake of debate.
30 seconds.
Go na.
Okay, time's up. Shannon.
In our generation, we already widely accepted the LGBTQ community. And I believe that there is nothing wrong about legalizing their right for each other. And that is marriage. We were giving them the right to have each legality to each other. It's not just because a man and a woman can only bind each other in the means of law. No. When you love each other, you know that you can conquer everything. Marriage. There's so many forms of marriage. There's legal marriage. There's marriage outside the church. We can respect the religious side, with also respecting the rights for the legalities. Because when the same sex don't marry each other, even they have their relationship, they don't have the legal rights for each other. I know one story. I know one relationship that his partner died and he didn't get the advantage to even get him out of the hospital to the morgue because he is not married to the man. And that is very hard. That is very heartbreaking. And you know what in this world we need? We need to accept one another faithfully, deeply, and equally. Thank you.
Number 6.
Thank you, Shannon, for your very good points. I believe that when discussing matters about the LGBTQ community, the voice that must be heard must be from someone who belongs to the LGBTQ community. And us, like me, a woman, is just there to echo their voices. And I may not be speaking for everyone in the LGBT community because this is still a topic that is widely debated even among their community. I would like to share to you something that my mother in pageantry has taught me. She told me to respect the differences of the trans women, the gay marriage, and the women and men as well. And because she has taught me that she is also against gay marriage, even as a part of the LGBT community, I will be standing by that value. I would like to point out that marriage
the biblical marriage, the church marriage, is very, very sacred. And although we are widely accepting or widely acceptive of the LGBTQ community right now, not everything that is normal is right. And that we must learn to preserve these values that has been handed down to us by our past, the people of the past. And it is also our task to be able to protect this one. And I do believe that we also have to give them equal rights. I love to be able to give them the right to adoption, the right to have a voice in the community. But marriage is something that is very, very sacred. I would like to keep it as it is. Thank you.
I would like to point out that by same-sex marriage, we're not breaking any values. We are not specifically talking about the church marriage. We're just talking about marriage. And we can have the marriage inside of the judge and different types of marriage. They just want the legalities. And you know how hard it feels when you don't have the legal right to your partner, even though you love him, you can't get him out of the morgue. You don't have the priority and you don't have your name on that list, even though you love that person. You're the one with that person, but you can't do anything about it. You know how hard it is for them? We're not changing any values. We're just adapting to the new normal. We're just adapting to our generation. And we just need to accept that legalities are what same-sex marriage is for. It's not changing the values of the church.
Thank you, Shannon, for pointing out that there are unions outside of church, and I believe what she is talking about is civil union and not marriage. Marriage is something that happens inside the church, something that we want to protect. Marriage in different religions, all are placed in their different respective churches, and this is something that I want to protect. This is also something I want to voice out. I am not against civil union, just like what you are saying, but I am against gay marriage because I want to protect the sanctity of the church and its values. Thank you so much.
Wow. It's so hard to decide. I know. Ayoko mag-judge. Alisa. Okay. Again, it's a close fight. Our semifinalist or someone, hindi pa semifinalist.
Next round.
Next round. The one who qualifies for the next round is candidate number 6.
Congrats, Doc!
Wala na. Ay, wala na pala. Last na pala yun.
So, yung mga winners, can we ask them
Can we ask
for
the
a quick
winners
picture
to
taking?
have a picture on stage?